Guys, girls, teams, we're coming up to the end of the second month and we don't have a guest as of yet. Now, we can do it on Zoom. You can come here and record. I can come to the club, depending on where it is. Some of you clubs are far. So, before we get into the show, I'm just going to put it out there now. If anyone wants to get involved, be on the show, I can send you out a example list of the questions that will be asked. It's nothing too invasive, but it's just good to get your club out there, get involved with the pod. It's had good feedback. That's great when you live in Croydon. It's had good feedback and some banter questions. Get down there, speak to you guys, get to meet a few of you. Even if it is at your club, actually, it'll probably be better because it will have the background and show me around, whatever. But yeah, let me know if you're up for it. We'll come down, get a little interview going, put it at the end of a podcast on one of the weeks. But get in touch. You can either DM me on the Instagram that I'll put up here, or Twitter, which I'll also put up here, but it'll be my personal Twitter. Or again, if you've got my ref Instagram, DM me on there. Likewise, you can also message Sean or Jody, depending on the league that you're in, whether it's London South East Regional, South East Counties, or Greater London. But yeah, let's get into it. Welcome to, I don't remember what episode it is, to be honest with you, of Matchfixx podcast, the women's non-league podcast, the only women's non-league podcast actually. As you can see today, again, I'm by myself, but Sean, stop my spell. Sean is, she's had a family emergency, so hopefully, fingers crossed, she'll be back next week. Best wishes to the family member who's had the emergency, Sean, and hopefully, yeah, as I said, back next week. Not gonna lie, it's 10:10 on a Thursday evening. I'm gonna try to record this, edit it, get it out so it's done for tomorrow on Friday. However, if last week is anything to go by, who knows what's gonna happen. So fresh in from work, haven't even got changed, ate dinner, came straight on here. But let's go through the results for the 22nd of September, and let's see what's been going around the leagues. So, Clapton Community, we're going to start off in Div 1 North because it was FA Cup week. So the FA Cup games are at the bottom. There's some big scores in there, to be honest with you. Looking at a few because I haven't looked at them yet. But yeah, there's some big scores in there. So we're going to start in Div 1 North, then Div 1 South, then FA Cup. There's the goal of the week that I've seen. Well, Jody saw it and sent it over to me. I'm going to include that as well. And we've got some, random bits to talk about. So, up first, Div 1 North, Clapton Community took on Ashmount Lee. Clapton Community getting a 6-3 win over Ashmount Lee. We'll also go through the table as well. Emily Link with a brace and 4 other goal scorers in that team. And then for Ashmount Lee, Danielle Boyd, Natalie Stevenson and Hannah Williams scoring. Seeing as I mentioned them, I may as well mention Marta Casanovas, Julia and Amy. Oh, and Egley. I think I probably said that wrong. If I have, just correct me in the comments or voice note me, Instagram, whatever it is, so I can get your name right. But well done to the girls over at Clapton. A good, convincing 3 points. Up next, Richmond Park had Actonian's reserves over. in a game that ended 4-3 to Actonians reserves. Sounds like a great game there. Weirdly, there's no lineup from Richmond Park, so I can't see who scored their goals. However, I can see that a yellow card for McNulty. I can't see the first name. However, for Actonians reserves, Shadia Dashti scored, Lauren Thompson, Emma Welch and Sarah Lopez all getting goals over there. And another 4-3 over in the Division 1 South, as Bexhill took on Saltley United Development in, again, a very close fought game. I would have loved to be involved in one of these games, or at least watching it. However, Saltley United getting the 4-3 win over Bexhill United. Michelle Compton with a brace, Poppy Harrod with the other goal, Molly Cooper, Isabel Stray, Emily Towner and Amy White all with the goals in that game. So well done, girls. Looks like a good battle. Now, the Hastings and Bognor Regis game was postponed. I'm assuming for waterlogged pitch, as I don't believe either of these teams are in the FA Cup still. However, the rest of these games are all FA Cup games. So some teams are in these divisions, some teams aren't. For example, Dorking Wanderers with a 14-0 win over Pagham. Unfortunately, actually, as I talk, I'm going to try and see if I can get the... Right, here we go. So, goal scorers for Dorking Wanderers, judging by Twitter, Sandy Martins and Rachel Manley both scored 5 goals each. Crazy. Olivia Watson, Helen, Jade Johnson and Abby Delves also got on the score sheet. But well done Sandy and Rachel. 5 goals each. Very, very good. Wish I could still score 5 goals in a game. Now, Epsom and Ewell, had Fulham FC over. That game ended 13-0 to Fulham. These goals scorers are on full time, and Sasha Adamson with 4 goals. Stella Morgan got 1. Georgia got a brace. Sophie Manzi again scoring 5 goals, and Madison Parsonson with 35. Fulham are absolutely flying at the moment. It doesn't seem to matter who you put out against them; they're gonna score goals. So well done, girls. Well done, Fulham. Oh God, well done, Fulham, on getting into the next round of the FA Cup. And I know the draws have already been done, but we'll speak about those on Cup Week. Brentford played Tilehurst Panthers and won 12-1. So the London South East regional teams really showing their dominance in the FA Cup in the early rounds. Ashley Cheatley with a brace, Chloe Logie with a hat-trick, Nikki Woods with a hat-trick, Maddie Phillips, Samantha Reed, Freya Worsley and Eleonora Cottrell, all with a goal each. The London South East regional dominance continues, with Barking getting a 4-1 win over Southend United Community. Amara Ali, Laura Bunton and I don't know how to say that name, Mead with a brace. However, the first London South East regional team so far to not get through to the next round of the FA Cup, unfortunately, is Denham United, as they lost 5-0 to Ascot United, which, to be fair, I have reffed Ascot before, and they are a very good team. So there's no shame in losing 5-0 to Ascot United. They are, as you can tell, a very well-drilled, well-organised team. Aylesford took on Tooting Beck from the Greater London. So this one will be repeated if you listen to it, with 5 different goal scorers as well as they win 5-0. Chloe Bryan, Millie Penfold, Alex Witham, Juliet Blyton and Beth Holm, all with the goals. Special shout out to Millie on her goal. Every single time I ref Ellsford, Millie Penfold gets a yellow card. Guaranteed. There's actually a YouTube short of me giving her a yellow card, which I've been told should have been a red, but we'll leave that one there. Ashford United took on Croydon FC in the FA Cup. Ashford United going through 2-1 winners. Yasmin Howard and Bethany Senior with the goals. Esme Sword with a yellow card. Dartford and Hammersmith didn't get played, as we spoke about before. Hammersmith fielded an ineligible player, which means that Bromley were reinstated into the FA Cup, although it was only for one more round. Dartford winning 4-1. Asanteni, Charles, Bryony Fowl, Amy Russ and Ellie Dolby with the goals for Dartford, and Beth Hull getting the goal for Bromley. I don't know why I started there. This game, I was actually supposed to go and watch the game, as watched loads of Dartford games, loads of Bromley games, so it made sense they were playing each other. Go and watch. And then apparently the liner didn't turn up, so I stepped in and replaced the other linesman, so I ended up doing the line at this game. Half-time finished 1-1. It was actually a very decent game. Dartford having most of the ball. I don't think Dartford were used to playing against a team like Bromley. Bromley didn't press Dartford the way that Dartford are used to being pressed in games that I've seen anyway. So Dartford are used to teams pressing them and then beating that press, playing around them. But Bromley really made them work for this. And I think the 2 goals only really came... So it was 1-1 at half-time. Then they got an early-ish goal to make it 2-1. And then the last 2 goals of the game came quite late on. I think Bromley had tired legs out there. But they did, honestly, even the goal that Bromley scored, I thought Gabby was going to get a red card. Because it was last player, and she had pulled it back slightly, but Beth didn't go down. She carried on 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, slotted it past her, scored. But all round it was a good goal. And Dartford also had the Hazenbrook Huskies as their mascots. So my little friend Ella and her team, you'd have seen Ella she was my mascot at the County Cup final. They got to go out with the Dartford team. And to be honest, even after the game, I was watching the Arsenal-Man City game with some of the Dartford players afterwards, and it was really cool, to be honest. Everyone there was welcoming. Had a chat about the podcast with Jade, the goalkeeper, and also Emily Woodhouse was talking. We were talking for ages about football, about the podcast, about getting them on as guests. Jade. But no, honestly, they was so welcoming. They had extra food there with the pizza sponsors, asked if I wanted to be in the advert, which obviously I can't. But no, it was really nice. It was really welcoming. So thanks, girls. And well done on your FA Cup game. And good luck in the next round, which I wasn't going to say, but I've seen you've got Actonian reserves who are also in Bromley's league, about mid-table. So not writing them off early doors, but I'd be surprised not to see Dartford in the cup draw in the next round after, because I reckon they will have the best of Actonian reserves. Right, moving on. Hackney were supposed to play Wootton Blue Cross, that got postponed, I'm assuming for weather. Herne Bay and Sutton United played each other. It was 1-1 after full time and 5-4 win for Herne Bay on penalties. Another game that also went to penalties was Horsham and Haywards Heath Town. I did say before that Horsham were a good team as well. They drew 2-2 and unfortunately Haywards Heath Town bow out on penalties. New Haven took on Farnham Town. New Haven losing 2-1 to Farnham Town. Richmond and Kew had South East County's Prem team, Sevenoaks Town, beating them 6-1. And let's see if they got goal scorers on here. Yes, they do. Charlotte Close with 4 goals. Jessica Roberts and Tyler Fulliger with a goal each. So well done, girls. Well done on the hat-trick as well, Charlotte. +1. Saltdean took on Abbey Rangers and managed to get a 7-0 win, putting themselves into the next round of the Cup. Molly Hill with a hat-trick, Sienna Howell, Neve, Nikita and Maria all with a goal each as well. And last but not least, last game of this week was Selsey and Leatherhead. Selsey and Leatherhead's game did also go to penalties. It was 1-1 at full time. Selsey going through 4-3 on penalties. Megan Button, the only player to score for Leatherhead. So that is the results of that week. Next we will have the fixtures for the following week. I'm not going to go through the tables and stuff now, but I did get sent, and I can't remember who scored it, but I will put the name over the video. But quickly while we're here, just have a look at this goal. I'm not gonna lie, I could try that 100 times and probably pull it off maybe 10 times out of that 100. That's a very good goal. So well done. Right guys, before we get into the fixtures of the week for the 29th of September, just want to highlight a signing that I saw today. And it's from a player that I'd spoken to previously. She was at Dartford Reserves and also in between the reserves and the first team at Dartford. And I don't know if I said it to her because we were talking about the next club that she was going to go to. And I don't remember if I said it to her or if she said it to me, but we brought up a few teams. One that was in the conversation was Welling United, who have now signed Molly. So congratulations on that signing, Molly. I'm sure you're going to smash it down there as well. So I expect to be speaking about you on this podcast with some goals. Don't let me down. But anyway, on to the fixtures for the 29th of September. Again, as Sean's not here, there's not going to be a game of the week. But the big games, I think I'll highlight and I'll say who I think is going to win. But it's not going to go towards anything anyway. So Ebbsfleet United take on Millwall Lionesses. Haywards Heath Town take on Fulham FC. New Haven take on Dorking Wanderers. Saltdean United take on Barking. And what I think would be the best game in this division, Sutton United take on Sport London e Benfica. Dartford also take on Ashford United. Going to Division 1, and the game that I think is going to be game of the week in this division, straight off the bat, is Dulwich Hamlet Reserves versus Bromley. I think these teams are second and third, with Brentford at the top. So this would probably be the first test for both of these teams playing a team that's in the round where they're looking to be at the end of the season. I think Bromley will win this one. It's not gonna. I don't think they're gonna have it all their own way, but I do think that either Bromley will win or it will be a draw. I don't see them losing this game. At Tony's reserves play Leatherhead, Richmond and Kew play Whiteleaf, Richmond Park play Denham United, Brentford, top of the table, will take on Clapton Community, and it also says at the G-Tech Community Stadium, so I think they're on the main pitch over at Bromley as well. Bromley? No, over at Brentford. Into Division 1 South, Bognor Regis take on Herne Bay, Steyning Town Community take on Welling United, and I have seen that Molly will be playing in that game, so hopefully she gets some goals in there, along with all the other girls at Welling as well. Three Bridges take on Saltdean Development, Bexhill take on Soccer Elite Football Academy, and Hackney take on Whitton Blue Cross. As I said, I think the best game in that league is going to be Steyning Town versus Welling United. And the Hackney Whitton Blue Cross game is actually the FA Cup game that was delayed from before. Postponed from before. So hopefully that game gets played. As I said, not going to go into games of the weeks and top goal scorers. It's been fairly quick, as obviously by myself. Sean's not here. Hopefully for next week she'll be back. But until then, guys, everyone in the London South Eastern Regional, have a good game. Enjoy it. Get your 3 points. Get your goals. Good luck.